I've been using a framework laptop that has an AMD processor in it with a Linux distro for the last few months, and an issue that came up pretty immediately was that I realized that my machine wasn't waking from sleep. Now, this is not specific to this machine. This is an issue with AMD graphics cards with Linux distributions. This is something that I saw massively post across so many different forums. I wanted to share what ended up working as a fix for me. First thing was actually just updating the BIOS. So it turned out that the BIOS for my machine was outdated and that they had actually patched a fix in version 3.05. I managed to update this with the fwupdmgr tool and their update command. This is all documented in the framework documentation, which I will link in the description below. Once I updated that, I also had to use the latest kernel with my system. So this meant I'm on NixOS on that machine. So I set my boot.kernel packages to package.linuxpackages_latest. Once I did those two things, and once I made sure that my system was using S2 idle as its sleep method, which is I think a bit more of like a shallower sleep option, then it no longer had that issue for me. A couple other things that you might want to look out for is that disabling IOMMU seems to be another common suggestion that worked for some users. I, in my case, did not find it necessary. I added it and then ended up removing it and testing that it worked, and it did still work. That is a setting that can negatively affect virtualization on your machine, so that is something to consider if you do end up disabling that you could run into issues with that in the future. Another thing that you're going to want to potentially check is if you have fast boot enabled. I've only ever had issues with fast boot enabled. I never find it helpful at all. Usually that's a good thing to try disabling, see if it helps. Another thing that you can check is if you have ASPM BIOS settings set. The SPM BIOS setting reduces idle power, but that also means that it can aggressively put PCIe links into low power states. That means the device can fail to wake the GPU or display properly. So I do hope that this is the cure for you and your sleep problems. If you liked this video or you got any value from it, please give it a like. Otherwise, I will see you in a future video. Bye for now.